Last night we looked at all sorts of forms of release, and actually, what we did was an activity related to separating pieces of material, separating things. So, tearing apart Velcro or unraveling a knot, pulling a tack out of a piece of foam, which actually was quite easy. But if it had been a corkboard, it would have been harder. You might have needed to put the nail underneath it to pull. Um, and there was a bulldog clip, a little bulldog clip. So if you're thinking about all those things and going, okay, so what's that got to do with release? Well, all of those things release something. And we have an understanding that it's actually, there's so many different ways to release things when it comes to physical stuff. But when it comes to emotional, when you're feeling hung up about something or upset, we tend to, tell people just to move on or let go and just be better. And I don't think it's that easy. I actually think most of our personal emotional release is actually more like those physical clips and Velcros and blue tacks and all of those things. So what if we thought about our problems that way? What if we thought about our problems and went, well, that one I couldn't just let go, that irritation, or the fact that person owes me some money and from 20 years ago, or that they actually stepped on my toe and haven't said sorry yet. Things like that. Well, sure, and we don't let go for a reason, and we might have a reason why something's emotional for us. But when we actually just want to do it, then what if we looked at all of those options as like in a way of comparing it to another form of release? So if I don't like have an issue and then someone changes plans and I go, fine, I'll swap that for another plan, no problem. If we can't do it that easily, well, is it because actually it is more like a Velcro issue? You've just got to actually rip off. Because if you go too slow, you've actually still got attachment. Is it something that requires like a lot of pressure? And not to mention things like, some people have a pimple and you have to apply a lot of pressure. And yet other things you don't want to apply pressure at all and let it be. I can't think of an example right now, but there are probably some things that you might do more damage if you apply pressure. So you actually have to let something settle, and after it's settled, then get in and see if you can let it go. Oh, actually, I can think of an example. If you have an inflammation where there's a splinter or something embedded, then you can go digging in, but it might hurt you a lot more. You can be better off waiting till the inflammation passes, or subduing it somehow, waiting, and then going in. But of course, in some cases, if it's actually that inflamed and that bad, you might have to just do it. And all of these processes in physical terms are release pathways. And yet when it comes to letting go of things emotionally, we tend to be quite hard on ourselves. We tend to be quite pressured and really insist that we let go of issues fast. So what if it's recurring? We have memories and we let those reoccur. So it's not a bad thing that we have emotional moments that reoccur. But I think it's being kinder to ourselves, a bit more compassionate, gentler, and seeing that, okay, if we can't just let something go, well then maybe it's because we've got to just treat it another way. So have a think what a problem, what challenges you have in terms of feeling irritated or emotional again, especially on things that you actually wish you weren't. You wish you didn't get overwhelmed. You wish you didn't get annoyed. And have a think and check. Maybe it's the approach of just letting go. It wouldn't work. Maybe it actually will take some untying, which means taking actually quite a lot of focus to untie, be gentle, pull the right strand until you've got a release. That takes a lot of commitment, a long-term commitment to undo a knot. Or with a clip, you have to apply a lot of pressure before it will be releasing, and to maintain control of that. if you're holding hands with someone, you might let go, but if the other one's still holding, it might take patience or a forceful release. So think about release in terms of all the physical approaches, and check whether when you're being hard on yourself going, oh, there's that issue again, maybe that's just, it needs another approach. And you may have one that's more your approach than any other. Good luck with the discovery.